So all of your applications will come through me. Yeah. So it's good that I know some of your names and all, right? But of course, everything is fair and above board. Yeah. Okay, and I titled my presentation, so over the next 30 minutes or so, 25 minutes, they'll kill me if I go over. But over the next 25 minutes, I really want to share with you about the difference between SUTD and many of the more traditional universities. Okay, so I hope that gives you a sense. And if you look at my title of the presentation, I call it "Welcome to the World, the Real World," because we believe that in the 4 years you spend with us, it is the time to prepare you for the real world. Right? That's the last final 4 years. And for many of you as students or your children or parents here, your kids have been in a very structured education system. They wear uniforms, they're told when to eat, when to go for exercise, when to go for whatever lessons. But in the 4 years at university, this is the time where we want to not just give you the book knowledge, we want you to be able to make your life skills, right? We want you to be able to learn life skills, make decisions, make good decisions. So over the next 25 minutes, I hope I'll be able to share that difference.
The world's first Design AI University, redefining the future of innovation. Imagine an AI model that processes trillions of data to deliver powerful, efficient language understanding, all while being compact enough to run with minimal computational and memory resources. Now imagine that same AI working in close partnership with humans, bouncing ideas off each other, all while achieving new heights of creativity not previously possible. Both partners working hand in hand to find the most innovative and robust solution to any problem. This is the power of Design AI. And this is uniquely SUTD, the world's first Design AI University. Founded in 2009, SUTD emerged from a bold idea. What if design and technology could come together to trailblaze a better world by design? It became the first university of its kind, blending design with cutting-edge technology.
We hope it will provide a different experience for the students. Very high quality academic environment, but not just an academic environment, one which is going to be stimulating the students to go beyond the book knowledge, but to apply solving problems, apply to using it in the real world.
Embracing risks has always been part of our journey to push forward to nurture leaders and innovators driven to make an impact. As the world evolves, so do we. With our new strategy, SUTD, we have pivoted to AI, becoming the world's first Design AI University. This initiative isn't just about adding AI to our programs. It's about embracing AI as a partner and beyond a tool. It is fully integrating AI as a member of the team in our interdisciplinary, human-centered approach. The outcome is smarter, more cohesive solutions that keep people at the heart of innovation. At SUTD, we're not just focused on education, we're in the business of innovation. We incubate startups, offer design thinking programs to turn ideas into reality. In spaces like Parcel D, we're uniting academia and enterprise to scale solutions from prototype to product. And this vision extends beyond Singapore. With the SUTD EcoCity Research and Innovation Center in Tianjin, China, taking the impact of Design AI global. At SUTD, we're not just designing for today, we're shaping the future. Trailblazing a better world by design.
Yeah, so that's a 3-minute introduction of what SUTD is about. And in the next 20 minutes or so, I'm going to take you through the 5 W's. Who we are, what's our difference, what do we offer, what it means for you parents as well as students, right? And then finally, what do we look for in our students? So as you can see from the video, who we are, we're really a young, different, and leader sort of institution. We were started in 2009 in collaboration with MIT, the top engineering school in the world. So even up to today, 90% of our curriculum, it has been developed by MIT. So don't worry about academic rigor, it's there, yeah? And as you heard just now from our then Prime Minister, when the Ministry of Education in Singapore first started SUTD, they really wanted us to do something different. Why did they need to start SUTD? We've already got very good high-ranking universities in Singapore. So they said, when we start, you need to provide something different, right? Which is not just having a good book knowledge, but really how do you use that knowledge to apply to real-world solutions? And you don't just end there, it's really to make a difference to the world, right? So that's why our tagline, Trailblazing a Better World, right? So we are a STEM-focused university, so we've got 5 different programs which I'll talk about later, but STEM-focused. And of course today, as you talk about technology, you cannot not talk about AI. So AI is a big feature for us, and I'll again explain later. And critically, human-centered design, because everything you design has to, at the end of the day, be accepted and used by humans, right? So we don't just believe in giving you a lot of knowledge, but when you develop a product and you go out there and push it out into the market, humans can't use it, or it's not helping them solve a problem. So we don't want our students to be in that space. And of course, academic rigor I talk about, but also a lot of real-world grounding. So not just study and take exams, right? The journey will not be so fun if you just study and take exams all the time. So what is the meaning of us being the world's first design AI university? So earlier this year, we made an announcement in our Singapore newspapers, and we said that we're not just talking about AI programs and all, but we're really putting behind 50 million Singapore dollars to push the entire university in this space. So even for people like me, I'm not faculty, right? But I'm an administrator. Even for us staff, we have to go through AI training and all, right? Because we want to walk the talk. So whenever I talk to students, I know exactly what you guys are going to go through, okay? Okay, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this slide. What does design AI really mean, okay? And if you, some of you I spoke to at the booth earlier, I said that actually the key difference that SUTD has in terms of AI is not about AI programs. We use our pedagogy to enable our students to work with AI. And our pedagogy, there's a heavy focus of team-based learning, project work. So not just go to lectures and listen to a boring professor like me, not just do that, but really how do you use your knowledge to apply and then work with teams, okay? So follow me on this. So all of you, I'm sure, have all of you used ChatGPT before? Yes, right? Copilot, ChatGPT, Grok, whatever, many out there. So this is the typical way you do. You learn to ask. So some of you who know Chinese language, 学问, you learn to ask. So you prompt, there's an answer that comes out, and you refine. And many of the criticism of AI today is that once you use AI, you become dumber, right? A lot of people are worried that, oh, I use AI, I don't use my brain. But how SUTD does this is that when you keep doing this prompt answer refine, and you keep going around in that, you actually have to use critical thinking skills to sharpen your prompts. So every time you get an answer, is that the right way? Is that the right question I'm asking? So you keep digging deeper and deeper, and that helps you to really do critical thinking. So you don't have to worry about using AI and becoming dumber, right? That's the way, and we train all our students in all modules, in all problem solving to do this. So I'm just going to go through next. So for us, our philosophy is that it's really not just about, AI replacing humans, or is AI better at this or AI better than that. For us, we believe that humans and AI must work together to get better solutions. And at the end of the day, humans must be at the center of decision making. So we want to train all our students to be able to be at the center of decision making, to decide when to use AI and when not to. So is AI a tool, a team member, or none? And to be able to use AI as a team member, so for all of you who work in teams, you know that some of your team members are stronger in some things and not so strong in some things, right? So similarly, we will teach you to discern what AI is good in and not so good in. So you can choose not to use AI at all, right? For certain decisions, certain problem statements. So again, we'll train all our students in that, because AI is embedded in all our courses, minors, degrees, tracks, everything. Okay, so it is a basic skill for all our students, right? To survive in the working world in the future, you have to have these skills. So it's not our program. Okay, so the next, human-centered. Okay, so human-centered is very important, as I spoke about. Everything that you produce, whether it's a platform, an app, a product, a service, humans must be at the center of it. So for a STEM university like us, it is very unique. STEM university means like science, technology, engineering, math, right? For STEM university, it's actually very unusual that 22% of our core curriculum is in humanities, arts, and social science. And that to us is important because that's where you get your human-centeredness, right? You will know how to look at culture, society, history, and how it shapes human behavior. And therefore, when you produce something, it is, humans can resonate with it, right? And of course, I talk a lot about the team design projects, hands-on, collaborative, interactive. And then finally, we don't just want to leave you there, right? At the end of the day, we say that you really have to use your knowledge to solve real-world problems, not just theory, not just taking exams. And it is highly interdisciplinary. You have to work in teams, coming from different majors, you work in teams, yeah? Okay, I'm going to show you this student project. This is one of our capstone projects for a graduating class of students this year. So just watch, this is what after going through the SUTD education for 4 years, a group of students can produce this sort of a solution.
Evidence handling is a routine task for Singapore's home team officers. For each case, they can expect to document and photograph each object so it can be looked up in the future. All images and data are consolidated and uploaded to the database before storage. This may be a simple task, but every minute multiplied by the thousands of items handled each year adds up to hundreds of man-hours that could be automated. GripX is an autonomous robotic system capable of documentation and sorting of previously unseen objects without human oversight, significantly reducing manual workload, allowing for humans to focus on higher impact tasks. GripX starts at the unsorted station, where the officer puts down a tray of objects and presses the start button on the control panel to begin the process. A 3D camera scans the tray and determines the position of each object. AI is used to determine which objects to pick up and moves the robot arm to the best grasping position. The robot arm positions an adaptive gripper with a custom silicone pen to grasp the object using force control. After successful grasping, the robot arm brings the object to the photo booth station. It avoids hitting any obstacles along the way, using a digital twin of the environment to perform path planning. Once placed in the photo booth, photos are taken from the top and side views to get a clear image of the object. Computer vision is used to determine the size of the object. Using AI, a description of the object is generated. Once GripX has processed all the data needed, everything is stored in the database ready for the officer to access at any time. At any point of time, the user can access the database through the UI control panel and stop the robot in case of any emergencies. Finally, GripX prepares the object to be bagged and stored till the case is resolved. Each object is categorized into big or small and is dropped into the sorter station where it will eventually be bagged by a separate system and stored. GripX, an AI-empowered robotic sorting and labeling solution that revolutionizes high-mix, low-volume documentation, freeing up hundreds of man-hours for Singapore home team officers to be on the ground, keeping Singaporeans safe.
So this is a project that's done by this group of students, and as you can see what I mean by highly interdisciplinary, we've got students from engineering product development, engineering systems design, computer science and design. So at least 3 different pillars or majors that you have to work together. And this gives you an appreciation of what each of you does. And it's very important because in the real world, you cannot work in a silo. You got to know what your next department is doing and all. So this is interdisciplinary in its best form, right? Okay, so we have 5 programs. I'm going to go quickly. We have 5 majors. You can come to the booth to find out more. So I don't want to talk about individually, but these 3, engineering product, engineering systems and computer science, Bachelor of Engineering, Design AI, Architecture, Bachelor of Science. And because our roots are from an American institution, MIT, our first year is common curriculum. So you don't have to decide right in the front what you want to do. You go through your first year. After first year, you confirm which one you want, and it is a guarantee you will get. So there's no such thing as, oh, one of the pillars are too full, you can't get in. Guarantee you will get, okay? And then of course, we have a new second major in Design AI for these particular Bachelor of Engineering guys, because we realize that AI is actually very important in terms of integration here. So you can choose to do a second major for these guys, right? Small university, 550 to 600. I share very openly that international students, we take in about a quarter only of this 550 to 600. Because we are small, the student to faculty ratio is very good, 11:1. We don't have big lecture theatres, small class sizes, maybe about 40 to 50 in a class, 2 professors, 2 teaching assistants, yeah? And you have many opportunities to interact with your professors. Despite being small, we actually have many student clubs. So I know many of you come to university, it's not just to study, right? It's also to have a lot of fun, to grow, to enjoy yourselves. 85 student clubs and growing. And if you cannot find a student club that has your interest or your passion, we encourage you start the club, because that is also real world training, right? You got to recruit your own members, you got to find your own finances and all those things, right? Global exposure and exchange, important to us as well. Despite being quite young and small, we have over 80 university partnerships, East and West. Okay, so not to worry, you've got US, you've got Europe, you've got China, Korea, Japan, and all. This is important. So for us, internships are compulsory. Okay, so you have to do a 16-week, 4-month internship in order to graduate. Of course, we've got career coaches, a career development center to help you write your CV, train you for interviews and all. And we do have partnerships as well with organizations, so you can apply to those jobs. But you have to still apply, go for interview, get the job yourself. If there are very rare cases where students can't get an internship, but we will make sure that the Career Development Center helps you to ensure that you can graduate. Right? Many high-value scholarships and awards. I won't talk more. Come to our booth. We will give you a flyer to scan. Okay, I'm just going to play you a very short video of the students explaining what their 5 majors are. He's a very happy guy.
ASD stands for Architecture and Sustainable Design, and in a nutshell, we work on designing sustainable cities for the future.
So ESD stands for Engineering Systems and Design. Basically, we would like to use data to generate insights, design and optimize systems by utilizing tools such as mathematics, statistics, and coding.
BAI stands for Design and Artificial Intelligence, where we participate in projects where we incorporate AI into different products and services.
EPD refers to Engineering Product Development. It offers us an opportunity to identify the real-world problems and needs, and inspiring us to find our own solutions.
So CSD stands for Computer Science and Design, and in CSD we learn how to design, build, and maintain software that pushes the world forward.
Okay, so that's a quick summary. Again, come to our booth. I've just been shown that I'm 5 minutes. I only have 5 minutes left. Come to our booth, we can talk more about this. This is something very new. We have a new provost who joined us in April this year. And if you look at the code there, some things can't be taught or learned in a classroom. They must be lived or learned through doing. So we are launching this very new initiative for this new batch coming in, what we call Design Innovation Venture Exploration. So for those of you who don't know, all our students in the first 3 terms, it is compulsory they have to stay in our hostel. We have a hostel right on campus, 5 minutes away from the classrooms and canteen and everything. So compulsory you have to stay. We don't want it just to be a place for you to sleep and to eat and to rest and all. We do want it to be a residential learning journey. So in this residential learning journey, we are focusing very much on character, values, and mindsets. So whether it's events, activities, talks, challenges, they will all be part of this 1-year residential learning journey. And there is a focus towards innovation and venture. So for example, we could bring in a venture capitalist to share with our students, how do you do a good business pitch, right? How do you share your idea? So that's an example of what we could, the type of activities that our students can get. Of course, global experience, overseas internships, that is something that if you progress on this path towards your later years, you may be able to get overseas internships, so getting to work in ecosystems that are focused on innovation. And we do have financial support for ventures as well. So if you're interested in venture, there's different types of financial support. So in summary, this is what we are. We do have human-centered design, I spoke about it, AI, and this DIVE. These are our foundations across all pillars. So whatever you choose, you will have all of this. And then of course, second major, I spoke about it. So I'm going to summarize my presentation. What does it really mean to you and parents, right? 5 R's. Don't have to worry, we are very recognized. As I said, we were started with our Ministry of Education. We are a public university in Singapore. So recognize, not to worry, because I think some of you have this question about rankings, right? So I challenge everyone in this room, go and study what rankings really show. And you'll be surprised, or some of you are nodding your heads, you know that actually it doesn't tell you very much about the quality of undergraduate education. Rankings a lot focus on research. We are a research-intensive university as well, but we're very small. So I only got 100 over professors. So there's no way I can be a big university with thousands of professors. Yeah. So that's as much as I want to say. Then the next 2 R's are what you get when you join us. A very rigorous academic education, but same time, it's very real world. The last 2 R's are what you are when you leave us. You're going to be rare because there's only 550 to 600 of you. And I've got employers who come back and ask me, can you give me more SUTD graduates? We really like them because of the way you train them. I'm like, sorry, you got to fight for them because they are very rare. And very respected because of the way we train them. So I get employers again coming back and saying, your students are very, very difficult. Okay, but it's good. They ask very difficult questions. So the type of questions they'll ask their bosses are, boss, are we solving the right problems? Are you using the right data set to solve this problem? So they make the employers really think harder even, right? They make their supervisors think harder. So I want to summarize and wrap up with this. So of course, parents, students, you worry about your future. This is a survey that was done, a graduate employment survey done in 2024 across all the Singapore autonomous universities that were surveyed. SUTD graduates, we're very proud to say we have the highest median gross starting salary. 90% found employment within 6 months. 35% received 2 or more job offers, right? And of course, our mean gross starting salary greater than 5,000 Singapore dollars, which is actually a very good number. And this is important. 1 in 3 receive job offers from their internships. So internships, we encourage our students to do very well. You may get a returning job offer, yeah? And these are our employers. So some of you may think, do I just get employed in the typical semicon and all this, right? Not true. Our students are very adaptable, flexible. Banks like to employ our students. Consulting companies like to employ our students, and of course, Changi Airport, Singtel, these are telcos and all. So our students are very adaptable. You can see the different sorts of industries they go into. Okay, I'm going to take this last few minutes, last maybe 30 seconds to show you this video. It is from one of our students right now. She's just finished first year, and she created this video. It's quite funny, so watch it.
สวัสดีค่ะทุกคนขอแนะนำตัวก่อนเราชื่อว่า Beauty BEAUTY จาก KWS 7 to SUTD Class of 2028 และในคลิปนี้เราจะมา recap SUTD Live กัน yes เริ่มจากหาเราใน Orientation Day Picture นะคะแล้วก็ among many red t-shirt guys เนี่ยก็คือเพื่อนของเราในคลาสเองแล้วก็เจอเราแล้วเพราะว่าโดดเด่นสุดๆนะต่อไป SUTD Dorm Live นะคะเริ่มจาก Double Room กันดีกว่าอันนี้ใครก็คือใครอยากไม่ใช่เราแน่นอนแต่ก็นั่นแหละนั่นคือ roommate ของเราเพราะว่า first term and second term นะคะโรงเรียนจะ random เรากับ roommate ซึ่ง international ก็ส่วนใหญ่ international student ส่วนใหญ่ก็จะอยู่กับ Singaporean แล้วก็คือทางนึงในการแบบให้เราได้ socialize แล้วก็ทำความคุ้นเคยกับคนที่นี่หรือบรรยากาศที่นี่อะไรอย่างนี้ไปซึ่งก็ค่อนข้างเป็นไอเดียที่ดีของโรงเรียนนะคะเพราะว่าเราก็ได้เพื่อนที่น่ารักมาเพิ่ม1 คนแล้วเราก็อยู่กันอย่างน้ำพึ่งเรือเสือพึ่งป่าจนตอนนี้เราก็ยังรักกันดีต่อไปมาดูที่ SUTD Dorm Facilities นะคะมาดูซิมีอะไรอันนี้ก็คือที่ซักผ้าแต่ว่าที่นี่เสียตังค์ครับต่อไปคิทเช่นก็มาทำอาหารกับเพื่อนนะคุกกิ้งหรือโดนคุกอะไรก็ได้ต่อไป Recreation Room ใช้ดูหนังใช้ทำอะไรก็ได้คุยกันอะไรนี้ Meeting Room Study Room ก็นั่นแหละทำอะไรก็ได้อยู่ดีดูโปรเจกต์มานั่งเรียนแต่ก็อยู่ใน Good Manner คือโหมันก็จะมีบทเกมการเกมมีผู้ให้เรียกว่าเข้ามาได้เพื่อนเขานั่งคุยเขานั่งงานจริงๆก็คือทำอะไรก็ได้แต่ Don't forget to be in the good manner คือมันก็มีเบสิกของมาคิดว่าไอไม่ชอบมาไอไม่รู้และนี่คือสปอร์ตฮอลล์ก็แบบแบดมินตันบาสเกตบอลและบลาบลานะคะต่อไปนี่คือ swimming pool สกอตสิ่งนี้เพิ่งรู้จักตอนมาที่นี่ก็เลยแปะภาพให้ดู athletics ก็คือวิ่งแหละแล้วก็ฟุตบอลแบนด์ถ้าชอบดนตรีต่อไป SUTD Study Life ซึ่งนี่ก็จะเป็น เป็นแบบช็อตรีแคปมากๆเพราะว่ายูก็น่าจะได้ยินเรื่องเรียนมาจากก่อนหน้านี้แล้วอันนี้ก็แบบ Baby Shark Fun ที่จะเป็นแบบ extra curricular that you สามารถทำ to pitch แล้วก็เอาเงินอะไรเงี้ยอันนี้ควรจะเป็น product แล้วแต่ว่าไม่เสร็จแค่เพียงไปกดติดตามได้นะคะต่อไป Fab Lab นั่นเองคือไม่ค่อยมีรูปทั้งที่ไปเยอะมากแต่ว่าแบบนั่นแหละก็เลยมีคลิป TikTok มาฝากอันนี้คือ Night of Fab Lab แบบมันเปิด 24/7 ให้ทำงานเพราะว่าก็นั่นแหละ work life balance เลยถูกปะล่ะWelcome ทุกคนเข้าสู่ SUTD นะคะ
And my time to see.
Yeah, so I did not curate this. The student did it all on her own. As you can see, she's having a good time. Sometimes I wonder if they really study. Yeah, so what do we look for? This is my second last slide, I think, a holistic view of the person. Come to our booth, we will tell you more, but essentially we are 100% holistic. So of course we look at academics, but that doesn't define everything. What do we mean by a good fit? Academically prepared, we look at your STEM foundation. Math, physics, important. Math, the most important. If you have physics, or even if you don't really have physics at a higher level, it's okay. You can talk to us, right? We could look at it on a case-by-case basis. But what's important is traits like this: curiosity, collaboration, resilience, communications, risk-taking. So show us all that through your portfolio, through what you submit for your out-of-classroom activities, right? Self-initiated projects, leadership, and stuff like that, okay? So open to learning and growing, social and cultural awareness. So some of you may not have done a lot of this, but if you are able to demonstrate that you are open to growing and learning, there's a lot we can do with you in the 4 years, okay? So this is our application timeline. You apply, and then for those of you whom your results come out later, so you can apply, and then you sit for a university entrance exam if you get shortlisted. After your university entrance exam, if you do well, you get an interview, and then you can get an offer April, May, and then of course May, July accepted. So this one is for A levels, yes. But if you want to know more about IB and all, it's roughly the same, right? And Thai Matayom as well, yeah.
Is there still entrance exams for IB?
Sorry?
Are there still entrance exams for IB?
Yes, because your results come out quite late. Your results come out in July, right? Yeah, so you have to take the UEE, the University Entrance Exams. We can tell you more about the UEE at the booth, yeah? Yeah, so that ends my presentation. Please do join our mailing list because we will have online talks sometimes. We will invite parents, students. Some of you came to see us when your students are a bit, or your children are a bit younger. We will invite you for online talks. You have further questions, please do see us at the booth. Or sometimes you go home and then you forget that you have certain questions and you remember when you get home. Write to us at admissions. Maybe you could mention that you met us at the Thai University Study in Singapore Fair, and then we will respond to you. Yeah, so I think that's all I have. I see you at the booth if you have more questions. Thank you very much for your time.